All right, everybody, Russ Henneberry, Director of Editorial at Digital Marketer, and I'm super pumped. I'm joined by Mike Rhodes. What's up, man?
It's great to be here. Thank you.
We're going to pick his brain here at TNC and talk about some awesome stuff that's going on in the AdWords world. Like, we had you on a webinar a few months ago where you were foreseeing the coming of the AI, right?
Yeah.
The artificial intelligence that is being leveraged on the AdWords platform is changing. Is it not? So, and can you talk a little bit about that?
So my team are sick to death of me banging on about the robots. And the robots are coming. The robots are coming. AI is going to change everything, not just AdWords. It's going to change how agencies work. It's going to change everything. From an AdWords point of view, Google bought this little company for a tidy sum of about 480 million, I think it was, called DeepMind in England. Who had about 110 of the best AI machine learning dudes on the planet. And they snapped that up for $500 million. And it started off playing Atari video games. And it would basically play the game and learn to play the game just by trying different things and seeing what happened to the score. But it would teach itself.
Right.
So if you go back maybe 30 years or whatever it was, a computer beat a human at chess for the first time.
Right.
And there's this complicated game called Go. It's an ancient Chinese game on a big grid. There are more possible moves in the game of Go than there are atoms in the universe. It's a complicated kind of a game. So they said even 10 years ago, it will be impossible for a computer to beat a human. It'd be impossible to teach a computer how to play this thing. Well, Google DeepMind built a computer that taught itself how to play. They fed in every move of every game ever played. And it went, yep, okay, done that. Now what? So they had to basically build another computer so that they could play each other 100 million times so they could both get really, really, really good. And then they played the world champion. And everybody predicted that the computer would get smashed. And it won 5-1. And that happened at the beginning of last year. And that was one of those tipping points. Right. Now, the reason I tell you all of that story is that machine, essentially, is now controlling the bidding for Google AdWords.
Okay.
So you've got this machine that teaches itself to do stuff that people even 5 years ago predicted could never happen or wouldn't happen for hundreds of years, that has perfect information because it knows everything inside of every single AdWords account, and it knows a heck of a lot of stuff about all of us who are doing the searching and the clicking, and which websites we go to and how long we stay there and which times we buy and which times we don't and which device we might be on, and the fact that I'm in San Diego now, not Melbourne, which probably means I'm going to behave a bit differently on this than I normally would. It has perfect information and it's learning by the second. I don't think you're going to be able to beat that computer in the fairly near future.
And when you say beat this computer, you mean the agency that would be controlling someone's bidding, like for a client, or
Exactly. Yeah.
So in other words, you would just essentially give Google a certain amount of money and just say, you play with my money.
That is pretty much the ultimate of where they're going. It's almost feed in your Zero API. Like, tell us everything about your business and where you make money, and just leave it to us. Engage your credit card, and
let us run it.
Let us just do everything for you.
Right.
We're a fair way away from that. I mean, there is a huge place still, and will be for a very long time, for human ingenuity, for creativity, for strategy, and obviously for relationship building with your clients. But more and more, that is the game. So the job of an agency is changing. And it's about bigger picture, and it's about more business strategy than AdWords strategy.
Right.
So for us, who's predominantly an AdWords agency, we're having to have different conversations with clients. My guys are having to do different things because running an AdWords account the way that we did 5 years ago just ain't going to cut it anymore.